Hello and welcome to WorldatWork TV. I'm Tonya Adamski. Today I'll be speaking with Kerry Chou, Practice Leader for WorldatWork. We'll be discussing the recently released Promotional Guidelines Survey Report. Welcome, Kerry.
Thank you.
Kerry, we see in the report that promotions are up over all previous years that we've conducted the survey. Why do you think organizations are choosing now to promote so many employees?
Well, Tonya, I think now that the recession is getting a little bit smaller in organizations' rearview mirrors, organizations are simply just relaxing a little bit more. I think there's been some pent-up demand, probably some restrictions on the amount of promotions and just budgets overall that have kind of toned down the number and amount of promotions over the past few years. And so there's been some pent-up demand, and I think organizations are simply just relaxing a little bit.
So as we move out of the recession and away from the recession, we're able to promote more employees and feel more comfortable about it.
Career development, career opportunities, promotions, advancements are very important to employees, and we found even more important to the younger generation, the millennials. And so it's a very important lever to have in our total rewards package to be able to promote, to advance people's careers. And so I'm certain that many organizations have probably been feeling a little bit hand-tied with their promotions, and it's an opportunity for them to kind of release the spigot a little bit.
As we see the average number of promotions increasing in an organization, what we also see is that the promotional increase as a percentage of base pay is not increasing. It's about level with 2012 numbers. Why do you think this is, and what do you think this means for employees?
What this indicates on the part of employers, at least, is that employers are continuing to be smart with promotions. And what I mean by that is organizations can tend to fall into a trap to think, hey, if we provide a 10% promotional opportunity and we get X percent of motivation and X percent of excitement amongst the employee, and they're excited and are going to stay with the organization, well, we can get twice as much if we provide them 20%, and we can get 3 times as much as if we provide 30%. And that's not exactly the way that pay increases work. Unfortunately, employees tend to have somewhat short memories. And you might be excited today about a big increase, but 2 or 3 weeks down the road, or a few months down the road, well, that's just become your base pay, and then it's what have you done for me lately. The fact that promotional increases as a percent of base pay are still averaging about 7.5% to 10% based on the employee group, I think organizations understand that you want to provide an increase that's motivational, that reflects added responsibilities within the organization, but you're not necessarily doing yourself any favors by giving large and extremely large increases when perhaps it's not necessary.
All organizations want to attract the best employees, but when we look at our survey results, we can see that only about 1/3 of organizations are actually using their promotional policies as an attraction tool. How do you think organizations might benefit from using this tool a little bit more?
Well, Tonya, as I just pointed out a minute or so ago, the real advantage to promoting, so to speak, your promotional opportunities, as we've said, it's a very important lever. It's very important to employees. Pay, of course, is important, but they want to have a sense that they have promotional opportunities, that they can advance their career, that they can learn new skills. And so to the extent that an organization up front is saying, hey, we're going to offer you competitive pay and benefits, but in addition to that, we don't expect you to just come in and do this job. We've got plans for you. We have ways for you to increase your skills, to get additional experience, and you could conceptually make a career here, and we can make that happen for you. I think that increases the value that an organization can provide their employees. And so to that extent, why not promote your promotional opportunities?
Moving on to communications. Organizations are sharing information about their promotional guidelines with employees, but only when asked, and only about 50% of organizations are doing that. How do you think organizations can benefit by sharing more information on their promotional guideline policies?
To the extent that promotions and career advancement is another lever that organizations can use to attract and retain employees, obviously it would be better for employers to talk about that. I think one of the key things that maybe get employers thinking, well, maybe we don't want to promote our promotional policies as much is the fact that, well, our latest survey shows that only 9% of employees received a promotion. And so when we talk about our promotional opportunities and so forth, some employers maybe get a little bit nervous that we will create an expectation on the part of employees that everybody is going to receive a promotion. To that extent, I think it's very important that, number one, employers do communicate that they have promotional opportunities, also communicate what those kind of guidelines are, what type of increase they could expect. Can they receive 1 grade or a 2 grade? How much time do they have to be in their job before they can do that? But in addition to that, simply the criteria on which promotions are based and awarded in an organization. What type of performance do you have to be? What type of additional skills do you have to learn? What type of competencies do you have to exhibit to qualify for promotion? To the extent that employers are also communicating those things, then they can communicate both that there are promotional opportunities, but secondly, we're not just going to hand them out. These are the things that you have to do to earn one.
So balance the expectations along with the opportunities.
Yep, that's right.
Thanks, Kerry. For World at Work TV, I'm Tonya Adamski.